Hello BookTube, my name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, which means I have another Tag Tuesday video for you. And today we are going to be doing the spooky Would You Rather book tag. This was originally created by Maddie over at the Book Pusher. I will link her channel and the video down below so you can go and check out the original. And I was not tagged to do this by anyone, but I thought it would be fun to do. And it's finally getting close to Halloween. Halloween is coming up very quickly, and so I figured it'd be fun to do some spooky or Halloween themed book tags for you guys. And so like I said, today I am doing the spooky Would You Rather tag. So there are 10 questions to this tag, so let's just go ahead and get into them. The first question is, would you rather read thrillers or supernatural novels? I think I would rather read supernatural novels. I have a hard time with thrillers usually, just because they tend to be a little hard for me to get into, and no-win situations stress me out pretty good, even in books. So I think I would have to go with supernatural books over thrillers. Number 2 is, would you rather read a book about ghosts or zombies? I think for this one I'm gonna have to go with ghosts. I don't really get the fascination around zombies or zombie books. It's not something I ever understood. But I really think all the books I've read so far, which have not been many, about ghosts have been really interesting, and I've really enjoyed them, versus some of the zombie-esque books were not as interesting to me. So I would definitely think I have to pick ghosts for this one. Question number 3 is a little bit tougher, and that's vampires or werewolves. I have read a lot of vampire novels, and I don't think I've read quite as many werewolf novels, but granted, a lot of the vampire novels I've read also had werewolves. But I think I would have to maybe go with werewolves. I think that's just something that isn't done as often or as well, or isn't explored as much when it comes to supernatural books. I know I hear a lot more about vampire books than I do about werewolf books, so I think I would rather read a really good werewolf novel. Question number 4 is, witches or demons? Witches. Demons freak me out a little bit. I would think I would much rather read about witches over demons. Like I said, demons are a lot scarier, versus books about witches tend to be a little less creepy. So, and I don't do creepy very well. Like scary movies, scary books, not up my alley, really. Question number 5 is, would you rather read a book with 13 chapters or a book with a black cat on the cover? I feel like I would maybe choose the black cat on the cover, just because 13 chapters, if you're limited to 13 chapters, you're either going to have a really short book or you're going to have a really thick book with really long chapters. And I don't do well reading books that have really long chapters, because I like to stop at chapter break. And so if a chapter is 20-30 pages, I don't tend to gravitate towards that book, just because I want to finish at a chapter break. So I can't, necessarily, especially having kids, I can't necessarily dedicate that much time to one chapter at a time. So I think I would choose a book with a black cat on the cover, just because the chapter lengths can be however long you want them to be, and it can still be a good sized book and not be super tiny. Question number 6 is, would you rather read a spooky book in the dark with only a candle for light, or by yourself in a locked, brightly lit room? I think I would go with the brightly lit room that's locked by myself, because it's hard to read in the dark, even with a candle. I feel like that wouldn't provide enough light. And if the door is locked and I'm in there by myself, I'm not gonna have a toddler interrupting me. My husband can't come interrupt me reading. I have dedicated reading time, not have to worry about anybody, distracting me from my book. So I think I would have to go with that one. Plus, if it's really spooky, if I'm locked in that room, I can't be paranoid anybody's gonna get me, because I'm locked in. Who's gonna get me in a locked room? Just saying. Question number 7 is, would you rather face your worst fears or be trapped in the mind of a killer? I think I'm gonna have to go with being trapped in the mind of a killer. Just because my worst fears tend to be involving my family, and, you know, them getting hurt. I have little kids, them getting kidnapped, things like that. You know, the worst case scenario situations tend to be my worst fears. So I think I would have to go with trapped in the mind of a killer, because at least then my family isn't at risk of being hurt, and, you know, that's like my worst nightmare. But it would suck. I would think I would hate it, but at least my family's okay. And there's no spiders involved. Also really big fear is spiders. Question number 8 is, would you rather watch a scary movie or read a scary book? This might be weird, but I would much rather watch a scary movie than read a scary book, just because the movie is limited to what the movie can do. My imagination is not as limited, and will absolutely pick the worst possible scenario when reading a spooky book to freak me out. Versus I can watch a scary movie and it not be quite so scary because it's the way that somebody else designed it. It's not how I would picture in my head. So usually books are way scarier for me than movies, just because I can, you know, have to picture it in my own head. So I think I would much rather watch a scary movie. Question number 9 is, would you rather read spooky books during the fall time or all year? For me, this is definitely just during the fall. I don't read spooky books very much at all, but I do have some that sometimes I'm interested in, and so I usually save those to read around Halloween time and in the fall, just because it's in the kind of that nice vibe, I feel like. Like, I don't know why everybody feels that way, but I just do. It's kind of my preferred time to read spooky books, if I'm going to read spooky books, is in the fall, because it's just, it has the right atmosphere for me. Kind of like summer, it has the right atmosphere for contemporaries. I feel like fall just has the right atmosphere for spooky books. Question number 10 is, would you rather read 10 spooky books in October or 10 spooky books all year? I think for this one I would want to just read all 10 in October, just because then it gets all of the spooky out of the way and I have the rest of the year to read whatever else. And like I said for the last question, books that are spooky I tend to like better in the fall, just because it has like that right feeling for me of having the fall season. So I think I would go with 10 spooky books in October, just because, you know, I would have so much more time to read other things but the rest of the year, but also because it's the right atmosphere to read spooky books in October, I feel like. So I think I would go with that one. So that is all I have for this video today, guys. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like it and maybe subscribe to my channel so you can see some other content that I post on this channel. I am not going to tag anyone in this. If you want to do it, feel free and let me know so that I can check out your video. But yeah, like I said, that is all I have for this video today. I post videos on Friday and then either on Tuesday or Wednesday, so come back and check me out then. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.